the Changeling 4K from Second Sight. Take it away, Mark.
Yeah, so it always fascinates me reading some of the comments in the thread about this. I thought everyone knew about the Changeling. I thought it was one of those classic horror movies that sort of nestle alongside, the giants of the genre, your Texas Chainsaw Massacres, your Shinings. And it intrigued me that quite a number of people had said that they didn't even know it existed and certainly hadn't seen it.
I thought it was the Eastwood Jolie film. No joking aside, when I heard about it coming to 4K from Second Sight, I was like, what? I mean, I've got nothing against that film, but...
Yes. Well, I mean, interestingly enough, I imagine that yourself and a number of people coming to the Changeling now might suffer a case of the John Carters. It's been riffed on, it's been ripped off, it's become the stereotype of the haunting film, that you probably watch it, and I think I mentioned in the review, things like Stir of Echoes, David Koepp's Stir of Echoes, you could watch this and go, well, it's just ripping off that. Well, no, it's the other way around, isn't it, from 1980? But I think while all the beats are there, it's classic haunting. It's got a real sense of I call it the serene gothic. It's a film for adults. It's made by adults. It discusses these things in adult terms, and it's all the better for it. It's still terrifying at various bits and pieces. It's a film that if you haven't seen it, make every effort to. And frankly, this 4K set from Second Sight is the way to see it. Now, Changeling's had some interesting releases in the past, shall we say. Severin, I think, had to release the original 1080p 3 times over in the States because of various audio glitches. Its 4K release at the back end of last year was torn to pieces for an incredibly hot color palette. Now, Second Sight have taken the same restoration that Severin did. They got Fidelity in Motion and your friend of mine, David Mackenzie, to work his magic on it. And in terms of the picture, there's no original camera negative anymore, so it's taken from an internegative, so bear that in mind. It's grainy, there's no getting away from it, but it looks absolutely phenomenal. I think a lot of the very hot colors that people have mentioned in various releases have been toned right down. There's still a couple of instances where poor old George C. Scott looks like he's blown a blood vessel. But all in all, it looks to be the best visual presentation of the film to date. The 2 audio tracks don't have any of the sync issues that had plagued those previous releases and sound pretty good. The only slight disappointment is the extras. There's no new extras for this edition only. 3/4 of the extras were on the previous Second Sight edition. The 2 new extras from that were on Severin's 4K edition. So that's a slight disappointment, but it's its usual Second Sight lavish box. There you go. Look at that. It's beautiful artwork. The book is fantastic. Even though I got the check disc, I stumped up and bought the full release myself to have it on my shelf. It's a lovely
prize
release. And so, yeah, can't say enough good things about it.
I mean, yeah, it looks like a fantastic set. I'm not sure it's ever going to make it to a winner, but I am looking forward to that. And I read your review, Mark, and I was like, why have I not seen this film? And it's the same kind of persuasion I got to watch Exorcist 3. Which also
George C. Scott again.
Yeah. So
nice.
I feel like that's a really nice double bill to watch for the first time.
I remember seeing it, crikey, in the heady days of Video Nasties. And it wasn't a Video Nasty, of course, but it was that sort of era that I saw it, and scaring the willies out of me. It was terrifying. Never seen anything like it. Fabulous. They don't make them like that anymore.
No, they don't.
Can't wait to check that out.